Hey everybody, Rob here. Just wanted to remind you to make sure you're leaving those reviews and hitting those 5-star ratings on Apple Podcasts or on iTunes. It makes a huge difference. And if you leave a 5-star review, we love to read it. This is an awesome one from Allie from the Valley. It says, "This podcast makes you feel like you're just hanging out with the guys. They're so funny. If you're not laughing along with them by the end of it, you have no sense of humor." Well, thanks, Allie. Just want to let you know that you're the bomb, and so's your mom. And you can tell her I said so. Enjoy the show. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of You, Me, and He, a podcast that we like to imagine in a tuxedo t-shirt, because it says, I want to be formal, but I'm here to party.
Definitely here to party.
That's right. I am your host, Rob Lambert, and I'm joined by my co-host.
This is Josh Frankenstein.
Drew Carroll.
That's right. And fellas, isn't it crazy that the universe somehow has this ability to balance itself out? Last week, I told you guys that I was riding high. I had witnessed somebody else putting their foot in their mouth, and I just felt glorious walking away from it. But I have to say, this week, my riding high didn't last too long. So let me explain to you what happened.
Okay.
So my wife and I were expecting our second child, and she's due December 26th, and so it's coming up. So my wife is very pregnant. We're getting towards the home stretch, and pun intended. And
she's rounding third.
And I don't know. Have you guys ever heard of a push gift? Do you know what a push gift is?
No, I think I'm too old for that. I've had 4 too many kids now.
So there's this thing called a push gift, which is basically, like a gift that the husband gives the wife as like a hey, thank you for, going through this process. Thank you for all your hard work. Like, this is a gift to you. And it's usually something very meaningful. So we're sitting one night, and my wife is talking to me about how, we're excited for the baby to come, and she's excited, that after she gives birth, she'll be able to, sort of, work out and, try to get back in shape and stuff like that, because that's one of the things that's hard for her is her body is changing. And
right, yeah.
So she's talking to me about that she feels like getting a Fitbit would be something that would really help her do that. And stupid me, I look at her and go, hey, what if that was your push gift?
Oh, man.
I just basically in my head, as soon as I said it, I just heard Admiral Akbar from Star Wars say, "It's a trap."
It's a trap.
So if anybody's not understanding what I'm saying, I basically looked at my wife and I said, how about my gratitude gift to you is something that's going to help you lose weight?
Here. You're welcome.
Now here's
get
the deal.
In shape.
Yeah, exactly. Now here's the deal. I am a lucky, blessed man because there's so many ways that this could have went wrong for me.
Oh, completely.
And in the end, she was so gracious, and she was like, no, I don't think it works that way. But, dude, have you guys ever seen Karate Kid?
Oh, yeah, totally.
Okay, so it just felt like the end when, Mr. Miyagi has the leader of the Cobra Kai, and at any point, he could just strike him and kill him, but instead, he just reaches down and honk on his nose.
Yeah.
In that moment, she was Miyagi, I was the Cobra Kai, and she could have killed me, but she decided to just honk my nose and move on. So, anyway. Hey, how you doing, Josh?
Oh, I'm doing okay, man. I haven't had as interesting of a week as I had last week, but it is another Thursday, so I did have to get on that elevator one more time today. Ever since talking about it last week, I can't shake it anymore either, man. I'm just like, gosh. I actually noticed as I was trying to get through, I couldn't wait long enough for the doors to open up, dude, just so I could jolt across the threshold. Just get right over there, Yeah, now it's really getting a hold of me.
Yeah, I take the stairs now.
Yeah, thanks.
I didn't used to, but I do now.
I wonder how many other people my story has now impacted. All they can think about getting on an elevator is, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose my head. This is not going to be good. Yeah, it's just the way that it goes. But, it's been okay. I saw the weirdest thing today when I was coming home from work. I was coming through town. I come up on the sidewalk because there's a stoplight. And all of a sudden, there's this dude on a bike that comes just right across the side or the crosswalk. And he's got a chihuahua wrapped around his neck, man. like it's a scarf. And I'm like, at first I didn't believe it. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I just kind of like looked and I thought he was wearing something. And then I had to double take and I look over there. I'm like, this dude's wearing a chihuahua around his neck, man. What the heck is going on?
Yeah.
It would have been better like if he was dressed as a pirate. And that was like his parrot, that would have been awesome. It'd be like, wooden sword, like attached to the side of him or something like that. But it wasn't that epic. But still, it was like, this is the first time in my life I've actually seen somebody wearing a chihuahua.
Oh.
And I got home and I told my wife, I was like, you're never going to believe what I saw today. I was driving down the road and this guy who was on a bike, and she finishes my sentence for me, was wearing a chihuahua.
Everyone's seen him.
And I was like, yeah, how did you know? And she's like, oh yeah, Josiah saw him this morning. He thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And then she proceeds to tell me about how she has seen this guy around town before, like not just riding a bike, just walking. I guess this chihuahua just sits right on his shoulder, man.
Yeah, always.
Just sits on his shoulder, just looking around, chilling like a villain, right on his shoulder. And I'm just like, what the heck is this? What dimension have I like warped into? This is like just odd, man.
Oh yeah.
So
Churchill is getting weird.
Yeah, dude. Just things that you never thought that you would see, and you're just like, okay.
And there's no money jar. He's just doing it for fun,
man.
Free entertainment. Free entertainment.
It's just like, that's his buddy.
Yeah.
Dude, maybe he's just like so fashion forward, bro. Like that's going to be the new trend, is just wearing a chihuahua.
Yeah, fashion forward.
Instead
Everybody
of wearing fur coats, it's a real live animal.
This is the best neck warmer ever.
It's always good to see that guy. Hey, you know that the Flanagan's Realty parking lot?
Yes.
Dude, he was there doing donuts, no hands, with his dog up on his shoulder, dude, just chilling.
There's your tip jar. Hey,
yeah,
he needs a bucket out right there. That's what he needs.
No, man. If you want another dollar, you got to do a handstand.
It's like Cirque du Soleil in Chowchilla with just one dude and his chihuahua. Like, yeah, that's awesome.
I love that guy.
So, yeah. Anyway, what about you, bro?
It's been good. It's been pretty boring. I've been home. The job in San Jose is kind of wrapped up.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
And you're not watering trees anymore?
No. I've just been kind of hanging out.
Yeah.
And but we're getting ready to go on vacation on Tuesday.
Oh, I need a vacation.
Yeah, most people would be excited about it, but the idea of getting on a plane for me causes anxiety weeks ahead of time.
Andrew's terrified of snakes and planes.
And sharks.
Snakes on planes.
And the ocean. Okay.
How do you feel about Samuel Jackson?
He's awesome. A lot of times terrible in The Kingsman. Ruined The Kingsman, in fact.
No, he's ruined a lot of things, actually. He plays the same role in every movie, dude. Like, don't get me wrong, he plays it well. But, you can only watch Pulp Fiction so many times. Like,
so when you see the movie Snakes on the Plane, is that like your nightmare come to life, basically? Like all the worst things?
I didn't watch it because there's a few things I was afraid of on that
Wait, that
movie.
would be a compilation between Snakes on a Plane and Sharknado, right?
Yeah.
Like that would be your nightmare?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, dude, to be trapped in a plane with all that bad acting and snakes.
Oh my.
Like if you have a plane that's going down, everyone's acting terrible, and there's snakes in it. That's like the worst thing that could ever happen to you, dude.
So awesome.
But dude, I go through these. Man, I start to freak out, and like I tried. Everyone's always like, "Oh, take pills, dude." I've taken enough pills that would knock out a horse, and I'm awake the entire flight, dude.
I just can't get over that anxiety.
Oh yeah, my father-in-law was like, "Oh, I take Dramamine." I'm like, "Oh, I haven't tried that yet. I'll try it." He goes, "Yeah, I just popped 2, and I'm out before we even take off." And I'm like, "That sounds fantastic." I took 2 when we went to Colombia. Didn't do anything. I took the rest of the bottle on the way back. And I was still awake for 9 hours.
Dude, somebody gave me speed. I know that's what happened.
Oh, it was a mess, dude. It was a mess. So I start to freak out. I'm getting anxious right now just talking about it.
Well, just think, you're going to hit paradise, It's going to take you 5 hours to get there.
I hope we don't hit paradise.
Think about it this way, dude. Either way you get paradise, whether you land at the airport or you land somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. but still.
This is one of those weird moral dilemmas. Because what do I say? I'd prefer earthly paradise?
Dude. No. Yeah, no. There's not really a good answer here.
No, not one bit.
Dude, what freaks me out about it is that, like, with a car accident, like, if someone veers into your lane, like, that's like 3 seconds where you're like, oh, crap, and then boom, you know, and it's over. With a plane crash, you're like, oh, crap. Oh, we're still falling.
We've got another 80,000 feet to go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I have more to say. Yeah, dude, I don't know, man. It's just terrifying. I looked up stats the other day.
Don't do that to yourself.
It was actually really good because Hawaiian Airlines has not had a fatal accident in its 90 years of existence.
That's good to know.
Pretty impressive.
It's the first time for everything, brother.
Shut it. Yeah, dude, I tried going that route. Like, hey, I'll just jump on a cruise and meet you guys there next month.
Oh, you'll be gone?
But then I think about, like, being on that boat, and if you could zoom out and then, like, see that against the rest of the ocean, dude. Oh, that's terrifying, too.
Have you ever watched a YouTube video of a cruise liner sinking in the ocean?
Yeah, it looks terrifying. I saw a cargo ship, dude.
Now you're going to have no safe way of getting to Hawaii ever.
No, that's why we should all stay here.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, dude.
I agree.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of having an anxious week, I guess. Oh, my sister-in-law did do a nice thing. She does all this stuff with essential oils, and she made me this one for anxiety, and I put it on and it smells good, so that calms me down a little, I suppose. It's been pretty nice, but now there's still really not a whole lot that helps me. I mean, I'm trying, dude. I use that stuff every day.
Oh.
Anxiety is my nemesis.
It's all good. Well,
How long is that flight?
Like 5 hours.
It's like 5 hours.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like I don't know.
you could watch snakes on a plane twice. In that
Dude, you know what you need? You need to fly first class.
I can't afford it, dude.
I know, but it's so worth it. I've flown first class.
Why
once
would you
in my
tell me
life.
that and then I tell you I can't afford it and you say I know?
Because I don't mean it that way. I mean it because everyone says I can't afford it.
I don't know if that would help me, dude.
Maybe not.
No, I don't think it
Maybe
would
not.
help me. I was working in front of a store for pretty much like the last month. I was right by the airport and I was watching these things take off and land all month. I still don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. You know, this giant tin can, dude, that weighs who knows how
many
much.
tons.
Oh,
Yeah.
insane amounts, dude.
Yeah.
And it just with ease, up and down, no problem. High speeds.
Really kind of makes you question gravity, doesn't it?
Get out of here.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, do you want to talk about flight patterns and whether or not the Earth is flat?
I'm just saying.
Been there, done that.
Just saying.
He's chomping at the bit over there. He's ready to go.
I'm getting angry.
Josh could do a whole series just on flat Earth.
Yeah. But speaking of questions and answers.
Yeah.
For real. That's right. So, hey, tonight we thought it would be awesome to devote our episode completely to answering some of the listeners' questions that we've been having on Facebook and Twitter. So we're just going to kind of take them one at a time and see where they go. And we may get to all of them. And if we don't, then, you know, we can put them over to the next episode. But
I like it.
You guys ready for this?
I think we're ready to go. And I just want to say, listeners, thank you for submitting your questions. I'm really looking forward to answering some of these. You might hate it, but you might hate some of the responses, but let's get going. Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. So this first question comes via Facebook from Caleb Abels, and it says this. In an all-out brawl, Royal Rumble style, between all the presidents of the United States in their prime, who would win? I think this is awesome.
This is a great question.
That's a tough
This is a
one.
great question. One person I'm going to throw out there right now, Andrew Jackson.
Okay.
Okay. I think what we need to do is this is not who I'm picking to win. This is who I'm throwing into the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because how many presidents do we have now? 44, 45, right?
Too many.
That's way too many. So we need to pick out some that we'll actually put in this Rumble and who's going to come out on top. So
Yeah,
I'm going to
yeah.
throw Andrew Jackson in there as one. Okay.
Well, here's what I was thinking. I kind of feel like any president who was president after like the 40s probably is not going to last very long because I feel like
No.
all of the
Yeah,
earlier
no.
Yeah,
presidents
Donald Trump.
were like
Okay.
so BA.
George W. Bush was in the National Guard. Okay, our first president was a general in the American Revolution. Let's put that in
Huge
context.
difference. I think
So.
that I think Abe Lincoln would have some reach.
There you go.
if he's
Okay, all
boxing.
right. So we got Andrew Jackson. We got
Saul.
Abe Lincoln.
And he also took a bullet and stayed alive for 9 hours.
Okay,
Solid. He's tough.
yeah. Teddy Roosevelt.
Definitely.
Yeah, got to throw Teddy in there. Got to throw
Definitely.
Teddy.
Dude, the
Roosevelt
Rough
in there.
Rider, Bo.
Yeah.
That's how
you know.
that's how Rough Riders roll.
Bull Moose party. Bull Moose.
What about Franklin?
Franklin Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Legless.
Oh, no?
Professor X.
Oh. Man.
Too soon. Too soon.
Hey, he stood up once to do the message.
All right. So Teddy Roosevelt, Andrew Jackson, Abraham Lincoln, because he was the first and because he was a general, and I said that you got to throw George Washington in there.
For sure.
Maybe the guy who followed up Lincoln, Ulysses Grant. He was a general during the Civil War.
I think that's pretty good.
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I can't think of
Five.
anyone tougher than
in a
that
Royal Rumble.
in terms of presidency.
Yeah.
Not in terms of
No,
life.
I want to throw one into the mix that you wouldn't like the dark horse candidate,
Uh-oh.
Grover Cleveland.
Grover.
Yeah,
Okay.
Grover Cleveland had the most vetoes of any president in the history of all presidents.
But you can't veto a punch to the face. Like,
No, but I'd like to see what he would do up against that matchup. So we're going to go with 6 in this Rumble. We've got
Right
Grover
on.
Cleveland, Andrew Jackson, Abraham Lincoln, George Washington, Teddy Roosevelt, and Ulysses Grant.
Yeah. Okay. So who goes first?
All right. Okay.
Who's out
so are we
first?
doing this like Royal Rumble style
Cage
or
match to the death?
cage match to the death? Everyone's going.
Celebrity
Okay.
death match president series.
All right. So my personal feeling is that I think Ulysses Grant always held something against Lincoln. So I think he's going to go right for Lincoln right from the get-go.
Okay.
Okay. I think those two get tangled up in a battle, right? Okay. And then Andrew Jackson, I mean, dude was known to be like tough as nails, hates the legacy of George Washington. So
Yeah.
those two are like going at it, right? I
Okay.
mean, they're going to go down. Teddy Roosevelt just can't stand Grover Cleveland.
So you plotted this whole thing in your head.
I know for
I'm
real.
like, dude, this is getting crazy. What is this like a
Booking
history
this
lesson.
thing.
Josh, did you actually watch the weigh-ins? Yes, I did. I definitely watched the weigh-ins. Okay. All right, so that's my matchups in this Royal Rumble. That's what I think happens from the very get-go. I think Grant goes after Lincoln. I think Jackson goes after Washington, and I think Teddy Roosevelt sees the weakness in Grover Cleveland, the dark horse, and goes right for him.
So who do you think comes out as the winner?
Teddy Roosevelt takes off across from the octagon, just charges at Grover Cleveland. Okay. Who's just like sitting there. Grover Cleveland was a big dude, man.
Okay.
You know, can't move very fast, right? And as Teddy Roosevelt leaps for him, Grover Cleveland, with the veto, slaps him away.
That's simple. Okay.
Okay.
He says no.
Okay. That's play number 1.
Wow, that's getting serious. Well,
Yeah.
when Ulysses S. Grant goes after Abraham Lincoln, you know, it was just a simple reach issue. Okay. He had twice as much arm length on Ulysses. Bats him straight to the ground. Okay.
Just like so, like Ulysses comes running at him, and Abe, just like with the hammer throw, right?
With
Just
the
down.
with the pointiest, just boniest fist you could ever imagine. Straight to the nose, dude.
Straight to the nose.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Ulysses didn't like it.
Here's my scenario, okay? So since Grover Cleveland has now like vetoed Teddy Roosevelt, just slapped him across, you know, just pushed him out of the way. He goes and falls into the match between George Washington and Andrew Jackson. Meanwhile, while Abe Lincoln is smacking Ulysses Grant down, Grover Cleveland's walking across the octagon, just like waddling his way, kind of like the penguin, right? And as Lincoln's over the top of Grant, just like celebrating his victory, Grover Cleveland with the uppercut just lays him on his butt. Just boom! Knocks him down, okay? So that's the scenario. Rob, go.
Dude. Okay, wait a minute. Wait, so who's left?
Something's going on.
Try and keep up, guys.
So
Come on now.
complicated.
I'm just curious, who wins this thing?
Grover Cleveland.
Yeah. I think that Abraham Lincoln is going to walk out the winner at the end of the
What?
No, I don't think so. I
Man.
don't think so.
Honest Abe, man. He's all lanky. Dude, he's never fought anybody.
He's squirrely, bro.
If it was just, if it was purely based on brawn at this point, Washington's walking away.
I'm gonna have to go with
That's me.
Washington. You know, he's the first president.
Yeah.
No, but here's the deal, dude. Here's the deal with Washington. They wanted to make him king, and he declined. Maybe they want to make him the champ, and he'll decline. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I'd like to pass it off to Mr. Jackson, who is unconscious.
Grover Cleveland stands in, veto.
It's like, I cannot tell a lie.
Veto.
Right on.
Sorry, I root for dark horses, man. I'm going with Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Washington.
All right, I'm going Lincoln, so there you go. Maybe it's going to turn into a triple threat, and those guys are going to have to throw down.
Yeah, you know what? We're probably going to need some votes from all of our listeners, too. So maybe what we do is we post those 6 presidents' names and put it to a vote.
You decide the winner, people.
That's right. That's right.
Next.
All right. So, yeah. That got real. I was like trying to follow along. What the heck happened?
It's a fight, man. It's supposed to be real.
All right. So this next one kind of plays off of what we talked about last time. This is a question from Facebook from Tyler Perkins, good buddy of mine. And he says this: why doesn't Batman have any tools that use echolocation?
Does he need them?
Because he can see. I mean, I guess if he was like in the pitch dark with no other instruments and he was like, oh, luckily I have this echolocation.
But he has night vision.
Okay, I'm saying like his other instruments aren't working.
I think I get where he's coming from. I mean, he is Batman.
Yes, but he's
so
not
he should
a bat.
have some sort of sonar.
Yeah.
But it depends on what we're referencing, okay? Because if you look at The Dark Knight by Christopher Nolan,
okay,
and he comes up with, he comes up with the like sonar device when he's in China to kidnap that guy. Technically, Batman has got some sort of echolocation device because that's what sonar is based off of.
That solves that mystery.
I think no. Here's the deal.
Okay.
I think you're thinking too literal about this. Here's the deal. This is a guy who has committed. Okay, he has made the commitment to live the bat life. All right, he's got the bat cave. He's wearing the bat suit. You know, he has no problem like hanging upside down. So the issue here
we're talking about Lego Batman.
We're talking about, is Batman as committed to living the bat life as he tries to play it off?
No.
I'm just saying.
No, I think he is. I mean, we're talking about a billionaire
Dude,
here.
his role.
He can create anything that he thinks he needs or wants. So I think it actually is a lot more simplistic than this. I think it's, if I needed sonar, I'd use sonar. But guess what? I'm not as blind as a bat, so I don't need sonar.
If he was Batman in probably the 50s, you know, maybe he would need.
Okay, let's think about it this way.
Okay.
If he's really, truly committed to the bat life, maybe he should be as blind as a bat. Right?
So he
what I'm saying here, does Bruce Wayne have commitment issues? So is he playing this thing a little too lazy?
What you're saying is technically he should walk over to his billionaire Wayne Manor fireplace and burn his irises and live that way all the time.
Just to sell out as the character.
just to be the bat.
If he's going to live the bat life, he's got to be 24/7, 365, right? All I'm saying is
Cyclops doesn't do that.
If he wants echolocation, he'll use echolocation.
He's got the money for it. It's probably got a bunch of dust sitting on it somewhere.
He was like, I tried to use this for this one mission, but that was the one time I failed.
Yeah, turns out my eyes work better.
Screw this, man. I'm not using this anymore. Alfred, junk it.
all I'm saying is maybe Bruce Wayne should be living off of a diet of fruit and bugs. Anyway,
maybe he is.
Hashtag living the bat life. Anyway, this next question comes from Facebook, also from a guy named Benjamin Cooper, and he asks this. He's asking for our help, fellas. So
Ooh,
this is
help
our chance.
question.
I like these.
This is our chance to
Change lives.
Yes,
Yeah.
to make an impact.
This is
That's
the
right.
stuff I'm good at.
Oh yeah, me too.
Here we
me
go.
Too.
Get ready. Here we go. Can you explain what turnt, on fleek, and trill mean? I am confused. Also, any recommendations for the best way to misuse them would be greatly appreciated. So talk to me, fellas.
Okay.
Turnt. Turnt. T-U-R-N-T. Turnt.
Unfortunately, I am familiar with that one.
Turnt?
Turned. You know, people, isn't that the same thing like turned up? Get it? That's turned up.
Can you use that like in a sentence? Like,
Sure.
I don't, but people do. Some people.
like somebody called my name and then I turned around.
Maybe I don't spend enough time on the street anymore. Could you please repeat what those three words are?
Yeah, this is like. This is like millennial stuff. And I know we're still technically millennials, so we're kind of ragging on ourselves,
No,
but we didn't come
I'm
up
Gen
with
X.
this crap. Like, we didn't start saying this stuff. You know, we had like bomb,
Dude, yeah,
which
but
technically you can't even say anymore,
So
really,
is-
I don't think.
yeah, not in the school,
we might wanna
not in the
edit
school
that.
system anyway.
Hey, you know where a great place to bring that slang back would be on the airplane, Drew. Okay, so what about...
Hey, dude, you know what? I do have an airplane story, but I'll save it for a later date.
Yeah. So that's how you use it in a sentence?
Turned.
Dude, that's so turned.
Yeah, let's get turned up.
Are you
Turned up. I don't
Like-
think
so,
you're
like-
supposed to say it like a hillbilly.
okay?
Like, turned up.
Yeah, I know. Well, I was gonna say, are you supposed to enunciate it like that too? Is it like actually turned,
No, man,
or is
let's
it
get turned
like
up.
Turned.
Turnt.
Dude,
I don't
oh
think
my
it matters
gosh.
like the depth of your voice of how you say it. It just
Crap is the matter with people nowadays.
I don't know. What was the other two words?
Yeah.
Wait, so turnt is like we're gonna get wild.
Crank.
We're gonna get wacky in this mug.
Yeah,
basically.
that's pretty much what turnt is. Correct.
Okay, so there you go. So
How do you
so
guys not know?
you
You
get
guys are
whacked.
dads.
Because we're the dads
Yo, I live-
of under sevens. They're still trying to learn how to say that.
You better learn this stuff before you go to the Foo Fighters show and you're out there mingling with all those young folk.
I don't care, dude. The Foo Fighters were born in my generation, not hanging out with the millennials.
That's true.
All right.
yeah, the first thing you need to do when you walk up to Dave Grohl is say, "Man, that show was so turnt, Dave."
Yeah. I'm sure he's gonna look right back at me and be like, "Get out of here. Get out of here."
What?
What?
Okay, so the next one
Let's
is
turn it around.
on fleek. On fleek,
Maybe
guys.
it's like maybe.
On fleek.
Wait, is he making these up or is
I swear,
is
that's
this
what
one?
it sounds like. On fleek.
Nah, man, I feel like this is a term that street youths would say.
I feel like
Pretty
it's
sure
going
this
to
is
turn out to be a
legitimate.
popular name.
Yeah.
One day
Yeah.
where you know, like these trends of bad names. You know, like
Like
this
it's-
would be one of
It's
them.
gonna end up being something you don't want to be known as 10 years from now. Yeah. On fleek.
Dude, man, where do you even start?
Right
with
on? Is that what it would be? Like right
like-
on, dude.
or like-
on fleek. Right on.
It
You
doesn't
know?
even. No, it doesn't even sound. I would feel weird using that.
Like you
Anytime.
remember like when we used to say like
Unless
that's so
fleek
tight.
was a place or a thing where you're like, oh, where's the soap? Oh, it's
Gosh, dude,
on
I
fleek.
always wondered the day
Dude, I don't
that I
know.
would cross over and not understand like youth lingo and realize that's the day I'm an old man.
This is Common Core. This is what
day.
Common Core gets you.
That day is today.
That day is today.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so like Andrew sort of knew what turnt was. I think on fleek is like when you have a wardrobe and it's like banging, man. Like you are rolling up in like some Sean Johns and some Fila's.
Do people still wear Sean
Those are things, right? I mean, you're rocking
Do people
some,
still
like,
wear
sweet-
Fila's?
Yeah.
You're like rocking some sweet Jinkos, and then they look
Oh my
at you,
gosh.
and they're like, "Bro, those British Knights are on fleek, right? Like you're on."
That's
You're
so
on point.
terrible. I hope I never hear anyone say that in person, dude. I'll
Oh,
have to
man.
say something. You can't.
No. That's not something you respond to. You just immediately slap the person.
Just let the power pause. Just let the power pause do all the work.
That's right, dude. Yeah. No.
Make them come up with
do-
something else to say.
I better not ever.
I do think that just like in Wayne's World, when someone says "I love you," I think it's the same thing. I think you're just supposed to say "thank you" if they say you're on fleek, and then it's good. Then you just move on and you're fine.
Hard pass.
Okay. This one I think is really going to give us some issues. The last one is trill. Trill.
Oh no, it's
Trill.
easy, dude. Easy.
Trill.
Yeah, it's like dope. And
Dope?
you know what? Every reference that I'm saying, I know sounds like a drug, but it's also a slang word. It's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so trill kind of means like
That's
boss.
crazy.
Like boss.
Yeah, like, oh man, that new jam is so boss.
It's cool.
Yes.
Like, hey,
hey,
that's
in the words of a guy I know,
It's
the
bomb.
danza.
The danza.
the danza.
It's the danza.
So yeah, so trill is like, dude, that's like fire. That's like flaming. That's on fire.
Yes.
Okay.
And tonight is the only night that I've ever used those words, and it will be
the last.
The last night.
Absolutely the last. I'm actually really disappointed that the danza never caught on. Like, I'm really glad. I feel like that was something original that came from our group, but I mean, I got to give Rob the credit for it. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, coining the term.
fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. It was awesome. That's the
thank you.
danza.
But
Yeah,
the
dude,
kids who
that was so
came
good.
up with trill, on fleek, and
Turnt.
turnt have never seen Who's the Boss or Tony Danza.
No, there's probably a lot of things they haven't seen, actually.
You know what? I think that's probably the best advice we could give to Ben is just don't use turnt, don't use fleek, don't use trill.
Ever.
If you see something that's cool, dude, you just say, bro, that's the danza.
That's the
Yeah,
danza.
That's the danza.
That's the danza, bro.
That one will last.
Show them. You want to show somebody who's the boss, show them who's the danza. Baby. That's how you do it.
And then make them Google it when they don't know who that is.
What's googly?
Oh, the goggle.
Just kidding.
What? You think I was too stupid to know what a googly was? Anyways.
Oh.
All right. So there you go, Ben. And then actually, he had another question that he submitted. So let's just hit that one too, because I think this is pretty good.
Okay.
What does the color of a lightsaber say about the owner, and what color would you have? If it was up to me, I would carry an orange one because orange is cool, baby.
Okay.
Orange is sweet.
All right.
Well, if that's the case, I'm going to carry a red one, but I'm not a bad guy. I'll just be the first good guy.
But dude, as soon the moment you kick that red one on, even if you're a good guy, they're gonna be like, "Hey, check out that bad guy over there." And you could say, you could be like, "No, it's cool. I'm a good guy, guys." And
Dude,
they're gonna be like,
okay. Like in Rogue One,
know.
when Vader comes out, when he's chasing after the plans,
Yeah.
and
Right.
like it's
Yeah.
all dark
Yeah.
and it lights up.
And
Dude,
everything's red.
It doesn't get more epic than that.
Yeah.
I want that moment where everybody in front of me, all 10 of those dudes are crapping their pants.
Yeah.
Because you're just glowing.
Okay, so if we're just if we're just strictly choosing colors, I'm going with purple, dude, because it's so rare. The only person I've seen wield a purple lightsaber was Mace Windu, and he made it look cool. And speaking of Mace Windu, who was played by Sam Jackson, who I absolutely hate, makes it kind of ironic, but still. If those are the colors we're going with, man, I'm going with purple because
Your favorite one was by the worst actor in the movie.
I know, but it's just how it is, dude. That purple lightsaber, nobody else. I've seen nobody else wield a purple lightsaber yet, dude. So I think it's cool. Not to mention, look at it from this perspective too, right? So blue is like supposed, in my opinion, from what I've seen, the epitome of like the good side. Okay. Red is like the dark side. If I was, if I could wield the Force, I wouldn't fight with the Jedi because I empathize a lot with what Anakin went through. But I'm not out for world galaxy domination either. So I wouldn't be with the Sith. So I'd be kind of like that independent guy. Like, I'm not going to fall into the order of the Jedi because, you guys are kind of, yeah, whatever. You're just wielding power in your own way,
Josh, it sounds to me like you're being seduced by the dark side.
Sure.
You're becoming twisted and evil. More machine now than man.
Purple. I'm going with purple.
So this next one comes from Brett Malik, and this was also via Facebook, and he says, "What would toilets look like if your knees bent backwards?"
I read this question and went and sat on a toilet and still couldn't picture it. Is the butt still in the same place if your knees are going the opposite direction?
The butt?
Yeah, is it still in the same spot? I mean,
I think your butt's in the same place. I just think the angle gets wily. I will say it becomes way more thrilling to try and take a dump.
I'm trying to picture what Mr. Tumnus would do.
oh,
I feel like the toilet wouldn't be much different, but I just imagining a dude with his knees bending backwards, it just sound like sitting on a toilet sounds horrifying.
yeah,
Like nightmare fuel for sure.
yeah. I'm not worried about a toilet. If it's like your feet are right by your face, then right.
I don't know. Maybe you sit down on your calves and then you sit down on
It wouldn't be
toilet?
terrible if your feet are up. Then you have a spot to, put the iPad. Then you can use your hands.
You can pull your feet up and use the bottom of your feet like a tray.
Oh man.
Toilets can stay the same. It's us who change. There's wisdom there.
We conform to the toilet.
We are an evolving
That's right.
species.
That's right. All right, here's another one. This one comes from Stacy via Facebook. She says, "Why can some animals in Disney movies speak, but others can't?" And some other people asked this question, and they brought up, the scenario of like Mickey is a mouse and Minnie's a mouse, but Goofy's a dog and Pluto's a dog. What the heck is going on there? So, what's the deal, guys? Some can talk, some can't.
Goofy's not good at talking, so I wouldn't go off using him quite as an example.
Yeah, there is a subliminal message somewhere there. It's like a subconscious message, man.
What is
because
it?
Disney's full of them.
What is it?
I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet.
So that's the one conspiracy you haven't nailed down.
Yeah.
Like, you know for a fact the Earth is flat, but I don't know why some animals talk and some don't.
Disney, I just know they're saying something, man. I just can't put my finger on it.
So, hey, on that note, thank you guys so much for submitting your questions, and keep them coming because we love to hear what you guys are thinking about out there, and then it gives us, something cool to talk about and have a great time with. And so keep them coming. You can send them to us via Twitter at YouMeHePodcast or at Facebook.com/YouMeHePodcast, and we'd love to see that. All right, fellas, so coming to the end of our time, as always, let's take it to Socrates. Talk to me. If you could give some advice to a younger you, what would it be?
Yeah, I would tell the 12-year-old me, focus more on who's yielding what lightsabers, because you're not going to care about the Ewoks later on.
Drew, what about you, man?
Yeah, I guess if I could do anything, I'd go back to the beginning of this episode and keep my mouth shut about knowing what term meant.
All right, and if I could sit down with a younger me, I would look myself straight in the eye and I would say, Rob, there's going to come a time in the future where somebody's going to ask you to visualize what it would look like to sit on a toilet with your knees bent backwards. Do not do it. It will haunt you. You will not sleep.
Just move
It will
along.
haunt your dreams.
Move along. Move along.
Just do not do it. Hey, so we want to say thank you guys for listening and for supporting the show. Make sure you go leave us a review and hit those 5 stars at iTunes. We are also live on Stitcher, by the way. So if that's a platform that you like to use, we are live there as well. So make sure you check that out. And until next time, I'm Rob Lambert.
This is Josh Frankenstein.
Drew Carroll.
Don't think about the toilet. It's going to haunt you. Just have a good night. Bye.